We often think of leadership as a skill, an art, or a set of behaviors. But can leadership also be deeply rooted in our biology? Let's discuss the connection between neuroscience, social intelligence, and effective leadership. So, the readings in this part of the module continue to explore the relationship between leadership and its biological underpinnings. So, in this section, we'll introduce the role of neuroscience in understanding leadership, explore how brain structures and neurochemicals influence leadership behaviors and social intelligence, and then focus on how leaders can leverage social intelligence to effectively connect with and influence their followers. So we'll begin by exploring the neuroscience of social intelligence. And this field examines the neural mechanisms that underlie our ability to understand and navigate social situations. Social intelligence is obviously very crucial for effective leadership. And it's more than just being friendly, it's the ability to truly understand and manage interpersonal dynamics. This includes empathy, which is understanding others' perspectives, social awareness, which is being attuned to social cues, and adaptability, knowing how to navigate different social contexts. Socially intelligent leaders are better equipped to build strong relationships, communicate their vision effectively, and foster collaboration and innovation within their teams. Now, the area of social neuroscience has revealed the existence of mirror neurons. And these are brain cells that fire both when we perform an action and when we see someone else perform that action. And they were first discovered by an Italian neuroscientist studying monkeys. And if you've ever heard the phrase monkey see, monkey do, then that's where that came from. So think of them as like neural Wi Fi that help us to understand and connect with others. So when we see someone express an emotion, our mirror neurons can reproduce that emotion in our brains, thus creating a shared experience. And this is crucial in leadership as leaders' emotions and action can have a powerful impact on their followers. Interestingly, research suggests excuse me, that how feedback is delivered, for instance, with positive emotional signals, can be more important than the actual content of the feedback itself. Even humor and positivity can play a role, triggering laughter and strengthening team bonds. And obviously, a bonded group is a high performing group. For instance, a boss who is self controlled and humorless will rarely engage those neurons in his team members. But a boss who laughs, sets an easygoing tone, puts those neurons to work. And so that triggers spontaneous laughter and knitting the team together in the process. And beyond mirror neurons, our brains have other specialized cells that contribute to social intelligence. Spindle cells, which are larger than other brain cells, play a role in our intuition, helping us to make quick judgments about people and situations. Due to their shape, they trigger neural networks that help us choose the best response and help us gauge whether someone is trustworthy and right for a job. And they fire rapidly, I mean, like within 1/20th of a second. And that gives us quick insights specifically about how we feel about others. Oscillators, on the other hand, help us to synchronize our movements with others, creating a sense of rapport and resonance. So think about how dancers move together seamlessly. That's kind of how our oscillators are at work. And in leadership, this resonance translates to a sense of connection and shared purpose between leaders and followers. It refers to the positive emotional connection and physiological synchrony between a leader and their team, fostered through empathetic, emotional, intelligent leadership, which can lead to increased motivation, engagement, and positive work outcomes. It's that feeling of being in sync with your leaders. Now let's shift our focus to the role of neurochemicals in leadership. Leaders have the ability to create a sense of safety and trust within their teams, and this directly impacts our neurochemistry. Our brains don't just work through electrical signals, they also rely on chemical messengers called neurochemicals. And these chemicals play a critical role in influencing our emotions, motivations, and social behaviors, all of which are essential for effective leadership. Leaders can create a safe environment for their teams by fostering trust and loyalty. Four chemicals in our body, we'll focus on endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, influence our feelings of happiness, motivation, trust, and loyalty. Now, endorphins are associated with pain relief and pleasure, and leaders who help their teams manage stress and celebrate achievements can trigger their release. Dopamine is linked to motivation and reward, and leaders who set clear goals and recognize progress can boost dopamine levels in their followers. Serotonin plays a role in mood regulation and social behavior, and leaders who are calm, confident, and and promote a sense of belonging can influence serotonin release. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone, and leaders who foster trust, empathy, and collaboration can stimulate oxytocin release within their team. Now, leaders who understand these neurochemical processes can create a more positive and supportive environment, which in turn can lead to increased productivity, creativity, and overall team success. But it's also important to consider the role of cortisol, the stress hormone. So, when people experience excessive stress, cortisol levels rise, which can negatively impact cognitive function, decision making, and overall well being. The amygdala is a part of the brain that's responsible for processing emotions, and the hypothalamus, which regulates stress responses, are key players in this process. So, leaders who are aware of the impact of stress on their team can take steps to mitigate it, creating a more supportive and less stressful work environment. And leaders are themselves not immune to the contagion of stress. All the more reason they should take the time to understand the biology of their emotions. So, how can we become socially intelligent leaders? It's not about memorizing facts, it's about actively changing our behavior to strengthen those neural connections in our brains. Social intelligence isn't just something you're born with, again, it's a skill that can be developed and honed. Developing social intelligence requires commitment to changing your behavior and strengthening those neural connections in your brain. So it's not again about memorizing facts. It's about actively practicing social skills and seeking feedback from others and being willing to step outside of your own comfort zone. And this is particularly crucial in crisis situations. So leaders who possess strong social skills can better navigate complex and stressful situations, providing support, guidance, and stability to their teams. In fact, research shows that in crisis situations, socially intelligent leaders are better able to support their team and prevent emotional exhaustion among team members. And remember that effective leadership is about creating positive feelings in others. So, social intelligence, built on specific neural circuits, inspires others to be effective. And the leader follower dynamic involves interconnected brains where leaders' emotions and actions prompt followers to mirror those feelings and deeds. And neuroscience provides valuable insights into leadership effectiveness. So, how does so how does understanding the brain enhance leadership effectiveness? Well, social intelligence, which is built on specific neural circuits, play a crucial role, as we said, in inspiring others. So, when leaders demonstrate empathy and understanding, they activate these circuits, fostering a positive and motivating environment. The relationship between leaders and followers involve interconnected brains, and this means that the emotions and actions of leaders can prompt followers to mirror those feelings and deeds. For example, a leader's calm and confident demeanor can help reduce anxiety and boost morale among team members. And neuroscience provides valuable insights into leadership effectiveness. By understanding how the brain processes social interactions, decision making, and stress, leaders can develop strategies to improve their leadership skills. And this knowledge helps in creating a more cohesive and productive team. So, in conclusion, this brief lecture has explored the intersection of neuroscience, social intelligence, and leadership. We've learned that effective leadership is not just about individual traits or skills, it's about understanding the biological and psychological processes that connect leaders and followers. Social intelligence, with its neural and chemical underpinnings, plays a crucial role in creating positive and productive relationships. So, by embracing these insights from neuroscience, we can move towards a holistic and effective approach to leadership development. As always, take a few minutes and feel free to discuss these questions in the comments below. 1. What are some potential ethical implications of using knowledge about neurochemicals to influence followers? 2. How can organizations incorporate social intelligence training into their leadership development programs? And 3. In what ways might neuroscience help us to identify and develop more effective leaders in the future? Thank you so much for tuning in.